today's video, I'm going to be redrawing some old art of mine. That's all I have to say, so let's get into the video. Here I'm just quickly showing you a sketch I did, since it's the only other drawing on this page, or spread. It's going to be a little different than usual for my redraws. This is going to be me redrawing a sketch. I'm going to be redrawing with a light purple colored pencil and a dark purple one, which the first one I don't really know the name of. I think it's a Marco Refine Fine. And then the second one's a Prismacolor Premier pencil. Here's the sketch I'm going to be redrawing. I hope you can see it. It's very light. It's hard to see in real life too. The theme for that day was bottle, and that drawing was from 2020. So I had to cut out the footage of me doing the first sketch. So I'm going to just show you me darkening the sketch. You couldn't basically see it at all, so that's why I'm only showing you me darkening it. For people who don't know, Mermay was last month, because last month was May. Mermay is basically a challenge where you draw a mermaid for every day of May. Luckily, I finished it this year. This is my first time finishing it. I have attempted Mermay 2 other times besides this time, which I'm glad I did it this year because it was fun, and I'm glad that I could say at the end of it that I completed Mermaid. So for this drawing, I wanted to make sure she looked really pouty. Since in the original one, that was kind of like the main thing, that she was like pouty, that she was in the bottle, and I really wanted to make her have a really cute pouty face. I personally like the new face I drew more. I don't know, I just really like how I draw chibis now. It makes me happy because that was something I worked on last year quite a lot. So now I can draw chibis how I like them. And I really wanted to make sure for this picture that her pigtails seemed kind of floofy or fluffy. I like saying floofy a lot just because it sounds like cute, and it's kind of funny calling them floofy. I don't know, I just often say floofy. Anyways, I decided to turn her body a bit instead of having her face as straight on, just because I thought it seemed cuter to have her body be turned. It just seemed more interesting. And I also decided to give her like a ruffly shirt instead of like a straight tank top like she's originally had. Okay, one thing I thought while drawing this picture is that the fact that it will make so cute of a keychain. Like, you know those keychains that they have like floating glitter in them? I feel like it would be so cute if this was one of those keychains, because then all the empty space in the bottle could be like filled with glitter. I feel like it would be so cute. And I also decided to put tons of rocks in the bottle with her, because originally there was nothing else in the bottle with her and it felt a little empty, so I decided to put rocks in the bottom of it. Originally I did try to like shade her hair with a light colored pencil, but it wasn't working so well, so I just ended up just filling it in completely because I didn't want to use the darkest color because I was being chicken. So for the year of drawing the first sketch, the one I'm redrawing, I didn't complete the challenge that year because I got really discouraged while doing it. I wasn't liking how my drawings were looking, so I got discouraged and didn't want to draw mermaids anymore. So I stopped the challenge because I didn't want to just force myself to draw just because. If I wasn't having fun, I decided to just drop it and just stop. But I'm really happy that I completed Mermaid this year and stuck with it. I just didn't put too much pressure on myself to make sure that each picture was fantastic. I might spend like an hour on a sketch or less, but I'll just make a sketch no matter what. Okay, actually wait, I think I did skip a day by accident at some point, but then one day I just drew 2 pictures. I don't remember which day it was, but one of them, they were actually both drawn on the same day. But I do still have 31 mermaids, so it did fill up a decent chunk of my sketchbook. For you who don't know, I have a pretty thick sketchbook that I'm filling. I'm getting towards the end of it, so I want to try to fill it up. I ordered a new sketchbook today. I ordered Rin Spirit's art sketchbook because it looked so pretty. It has like these like cherry blossoms and it's like blue, so it's so pretty and I can't wait to get it. So now I want to finish the sketchbook even more so I can use it. But it hasn't arrived yet and it might take a while, so yeah. So for the drawing, I decided to add a bow onto the bottle because I thought it seemed boring not to have a bow be on the bottle. Just because it was just a bottle before, but like now it's a cute bottle. One thing I've learned since the first picture I drew is that to draw glass, you don't draw just one line. You want to draw two lines so it seems thicker, like it's actually glass. Because when you draw just one line, it doesn't really look that much like glass. But if you do two lines by each other, it makes it look like there's glass. Because like when you look at a bottle, you can kind of see that you can make out like two lines and you don't just see one. Because when you draw two lines, it makes it look a lot more like glass, which is what we're going for. Oh, the music I'm playing in this video is the music I've been doing my school to. Can you tell I don't know what to talk about right now? I have been listening to this music as I do my school just because I think it sounds really cute. But I noticed while listening to it that some of the music Rin Spirit Arts used in her videos, which I find kind of funny. I came across it. But it's really cute music and I like listening to it while I do my school, so I thought I'll share the music. And you guys can listen to it as I draw and talk. Okay, my talking might make the music a little less enjoyable, but it's still good music no matter what. Oh, another thing I did for the sketch, I very lightly filled the bottle with my colored pencil. You can't see it at all in the footage. It's kind of something you can only see in person, but it's not even that obvious in person either. And sorry if you hear any screaming. All my siblings are in the pool right now. And here's the final sketch. I feel like this picture turned out really cute, and now I really want to see it colored and has a keychain. Here is a side-by-side. I feel like the new one's cuter. I really like it personally. Let me know what you think. Now this next one I have redrawn before. It's this mermaid picture. It's one of my first videos I did. I'm redrawing it because the first time I redrew it was in May. Actually, wait, that wasn't the first time I redrew it. That was like the second time, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the third time me redrawing it, and I wanted to keep redrawing this picture because I want to be able to see my progress throughout the years. So if I keep this up, I'll be able to keep seeing the progress if I do it every year. Because I like seeing my progress, I feel like it's fun. So for the pose in this picture, I decided that I really wanted to be flowy. See, that was my goal for last year too, but I didn't end up feeling the flowiest. At the time I thought it felt flowy, but it doesn't really feel flowy. It kind of feels like her tail's coming out of her side. I don't know, there's something about it that doesn't feel quite natural. I think it's because I keep on trying to make the tail look like it's going forwards, but it doesn't really work because it's not really overlapping the body at all, and I don't really know how to make it look like it's coming forwards. But I'll try to figure that out at some point. The pose basically completely changes because the original one had her like tail swooping forwards or backwards. I don't remember anymore. But I end up not liking this pose, end up moving around all the pizzas. I just kind of take her body and move it around. And originally her tail wasn't going to stay going forwards, but I end up making it go backwards because it makes it look less weird. Because I didn't know how to shade it if it was coming forwards. Which I'm glad I made it go backwards. I feel like it looks more natural. Now for the hair, I wanted to make the hair floof up more because last year I tried to make the hair flow more. See, it did flow, but it was only kind of flowing to the side. And this year I wanted to kind of floof up because your hair often floats when it's underwater. So I wanted to make sure her hair looked like it was floofing up and floating. One thing I noticed in my picture from last year is that I drew the boobs kind of weird. I feel like her boobs look very heavy and squished. So this year I tried to make it look like her chest wasn't super heavy and make the boobs look more natural, I guess. I feel like I'm saying boob way too many times. I did do some base colors before I fully colored the picture. I did a really rough background to just get an idea while coloring. But I end up actually using that as a final background because I end up thinking that, like, well, what am I going to change about it? I'm going to draw it basically exactly the same. So I didn't change at all. And liner went fairly smoothly. I do end up tweaking the face later because something wasn't feeling right about it. And this year I did decide to attempt the shirt again. Last year I didn't do it because I didn't understand how to draw it. But this year I thought I would at least try. At the end, I don't know if it really feels like the shirt's wet, but I'm proud of myself for at least trying. Something kind of funny I did, I tend to do this when I'm drawing, avoid the areas that have problems. So at first I just shaded the hair because I knew I for sure liked the hair. And since I knew I liked the hair, I went and shaded that right away. I did shade my hair a little different than usual. I added a darker color at the top of my highlights because the highlights were getting a bit lost. So I decided to add in some darker colors. And then after I shaded the hair, I shaded the eyes and the skin. But after I shaded the eyes, I realized something was off about her face. So I ended up tweaking it for a while, which I'm glad I did because now I like the face. I feel like the face now looks really cute. Or at least I like it more than the first face. I end up learning that my eyes were tilted weird and they were just too low. I mean, too high. I don't know. I just like my eyes being really big for some reason. I just like drawing my eyes really big. It just makes me happy. And I end up redrawing the arms and hands because the arms and hands kept looking weird, so I just redrew them. That was another reason why I went straight to the face and hair, because I knew I liked them. For this picture, I really wanted to make sure the colors ended up being bright and like saturated and like just very bright and happy, because I feel like last year it ended up being a bit muted and kind of black. I don't know, I just don't really like how the colors look from last year. And this year I tried to make sure that the colors were bright and saturated. And now I'm shading the arms. I do end up forgetting about the stomach, but I remember it a little bit. And for the shirt, I basically did a base of the skin tone and then lowered the opacity of a white layer that I placed on top of it. And then I add the highlights with white, and anywhere I wanted to get darker, I'll use her skin tone to make it look like it was coming in more contact with her body. I can't talk right now. And for the tail, I found this scale brush on the Clip Studio asset library. And I also had a glitter brush that I downloaded a while ago, and I used them together, so now her tail looks scaly and glittery, which I love. And now I'm adding on like the final effects. I decided this year to add the surface of water. I tried this last year, but it didn't work. But this year I found like a pattern of the Clip Studio asset library. I know I keep on saying that, but I keep on using them. And I also end up adding the effect onto her. Some of the footage does get cut out because I lost it because I accidentally like got rid of all the individual layers towards the end. So I can't even go tweak them myself. But here's the final picture. I feel like it turned out really cute. Well, here's the final picture compared to last year, and the year before that, and the year before that. I find it fun seeing the improvement. I personally really like how this year turned out. I feel like it seems fun, bright, and colorful, and I feel like it turned out really cute. Well, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and you have a great rest of your day. Bye!